Well, if you haven't been paying attention and watching MLP which is short for My Little Pony Tell Your Tale of Generation 5, you may not be aware that it seems they are making, some big moves. That's right. It seems that they are making some big moves with a lot of the storytelling that they cram in to those 5 to 6 minutes, and on occasion the 22 to 25 full-length episode minutes. And the reason I say that is because when you look at what's going on, it's almost like they're getting ready to do something that's, something that's going to get people talking, if you will. And the reason I say this is because if you go back a few months ago to the mini-sode, the mysterious book, mysterious book or room, whatever it's called, the mysterious room, if you will. Basically, that was the mini-sode that kind of not only focused on Misty, but basically also started her, I guess you could say, character arc of being the spellcaster for the group. And then, after that, we had another episode that focused on her along with Izzy and a friend of theirs. And after that, we started to get into the Alicorn arc, which is basically, focused on Sunny, who feels, basically she feels she might be the last Alicorn or the last pony with Alicorn magic. And what she does in that minisode, the Lone Alicorn, is she goes with Zip to Opaline's old castle, which pretty much now is in ruins, when you watch this minisode, and you wonder when you watch it, you're like, okay, how long has it been? Yeah, pretty much it's in ruins. It's inhabited by little animals wanting to party and everything, and it's in the castle where they find a tapestry. They find a tapestry and everything that's has a picture of alicorns, and when they see it, the tapestry comes to life. It starts glowing, they start glowing, and the tapestry starts moving. And basically, it's like the first clue, the first step to finding Skyrose, as they call it, basically the land of the alicorns. So, yeah, they started that arc. They followed it up with, I think, where the rainbows are and so on. And then the Star Scouts episode that was more of a flashback episode, which introduced us to Sunny's mom. So they are making some moves. They are doing that. And then, of course, they had the Bollyworks full-length episode with Izzy getting her moment, if you will, her little shine, if you will. And then they followed that up with another one, with a couple more episodes, I should say. And then recently, they did a new episode called P plus P equals BFF. And P plus P equals BFF is short for Pip plus Posy equals best friends forever, or besties forever. And apparently, with this minisode that just came out, according to a lot of fans, it officially makes Posy the 7th member of the group. And it's kind of ironic that people feel that way, because Posy has been a sort of semi-major character. Like, she has had focus at times, kind of like a mini arc that you may or may not have been paying attention to. And now that mini arc has kind of, I guess, come full circle somewhat, with her not only becoming BFFs with Pip, but also now being officially welcomed into the group. So you go from basically a main 5 in the movie to a main 6, at the end of Make Your Mark, to now, here in, season 2 of Tell Your Tale, you have a main 7. I'm trying to find the right word to say. You have a main 7. And I'll admit, it's a little different than how they did things in Friendship is Magic. There's no doubt about that, because we already had a main 6 right off the bat, right? But over time, throughout all the other durations of the seasons, we knew maybe the group was going to expand. We get to the end of season 5 and into season 6, and there you go. They've expanded. They've gone from main 6 to main 7 with the inclusion of Starlight. And then, you might even add Sunburst in there to be a semi-member, sort of semi-official member of the group, making it a main 8. But then you can replace him with Sunset at times. So you go basically from a main 6 to a main 7 to a main 8. And you kind of see a similar progression here, done differently here in G5, when you went from a main 5 to a main 6 to a main 7 now. So yeah, they are doing a lot of moving around, with Tell Your Tale. And you know what's crazy? When they complement all these together, because I noticed what they do after a while is they take all the recent 5-minute episodes. They take a lot of the recent 5-minute episodes and they gather them together in 30-minute presentations. So like you'll have one after the other, and they feel like one continuous episode, or just one full-fledged episode, where it's basically one act, here's the other act, here's the other act. So basically they take, 5 episodes that they have, the 5-minute minisodes, and they put them together in one upload. So that way, if you don't want to watch the individual 5, you can watch them all as one arc, if you will, one chapter, if you will. So again, they are making some moves here. And if you haven't been paying attention, but you're noticing a lot of these screenshots and people talking, yeah, that's what's going on. And I think what this does too, especially let's say for someone like Mastercode, and someone like Starstrike, it makes things a lot easier. I guarantee you that people like AC Race Best, Saberspark, Lost Narrator, Josh Scorcher, I guarantee you this is a blessing in disguise. Tell Your Tale is a blessing in disguise. Because like I said, they are short and to the point, and on occasions you'll get a big old full-fledged episode that really, takes it up a level. But it definitely feels like even through these minisodes, they are making strides. And think about it this way too. Nobody thought much about Tell Your Tale when it began, but now it's picking up steam. Now it's doing what Friendship is Magic did, but in a different way. You can just see that, you can sense it. It's still got a long ways to go, but they are making progress. They are. And I think it's just going to get better. It's just going to get better and better. I think we're on the verge of getting another 22, 25-minute episode that's going to tie this all together. Because again, one of the major story arcs that they have begun here is their search for all the other alicorns, because Sunny is, pretty much part alicorn. And it feels like this main 7 group that they put together, they might end up being a main 6 again, maybe because of Sunny's ascension to being full-fledged alicorn real soon, and basically the responsibilities that could come with that. That is why I think you're seeing the inclusion of Misty and Posey into the group so that they could take on, the roles, that they need to take on. Like Misty, I think would end up being like a leader, even though Zip or Hitch could be the leader. I could see Misty being put in that position, and Posey basically being like the starlight. So, Posey's like the starlight, if you will. Like she's glad to have friends now. It's just going to take some more adjusting on her part to get used to a lot of what they do and the adventures they're going to go on. So yeah, they are making moves. Whether you know it or not, they are making moves, and I think it's time for a lot of fans, Bronies and Pegasisters alike, fans of G4, to really start taking notice. I think it's time to really start taking notice because, again, what I've noticed with some of the shorts I've seen, especially recently, yeah, it definitely feels like it's getting into the vibes that Friendship is Magic got into when it was on the air. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Comment down below, live chat during the premiere, like the video. Let me know if I'm onto something, or do you think maybe I'm just pulling and grasping for straws? Let me know, and until next time, guys, I am out.